The 2023 Logansport municipal elections are coming up on November 7th. Here are some words from our candidates. What's one thing you'd like to say to voters?
Vote. Your vote matters. In 2011, I lost by 3 votes. So for those of you who don't realize, every vote counts.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. I'd say that now is the time to have your voice be heard, and if you don't do it, then you don't have another chance until 4 years from now.
Well, this is a really important election, unlike a lot of them that are just kind of rubber stamp elections, because we've got so much at stake here. We've got the Memorial Center at stake. We've got the industrial park has had no new businesses in over 4 years now since I left office. We've got to fix downtown and do for 5th Street what we did for 6th Street when I was in office. It's gotten Black Dog and the restaurants and everything else, the streetscapes, the facade improvement program. But we need to work on things, our long-term economic development for wages and jobs. I'd like to start a college scholarship program here that we've had, a real challenge with getting our college attainment rate up for students 25 and older. We also need to get people back to college, people that never finished. Ivy Tech's a great opportunity to have right here in our community, and we've got more distance learning now than we've had. The pandemic has kind of pushed that forward. So there's a lot at stake, and I think people realize we're not going to get more housing unless the mayor's office does it. So we did 30 houses when I was in office, and the Logan Square building was 40 units. We need that and more in the next 4 years, and the last 4 hasn't been good enough.
How do you plan to connect to all ages of Logansport if you are reelected?
Continue what we're doing now. The Mayor's Youth Advisory Council is the largest Mayor's Youth Advisory Council in the city's history and one of the largest in the state of Indiana. We're at 21 members, and so continuing that and continuing to allow the youth to have a voice, I think is the most important. We completed the disc golf course. It's breaking ground next spring thanks to the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. They're working on a futsal court, a community garden, as well as a skate park.
I think you have it.
Well, one of the things that we did when I was in office, I started an internship program to get people into the workforce and to get real world experience, because a lot of times the reason why students can't get jobs when they get out of here is they don't have the experience. They have the education and the training and the advanced credits. But I think what that's done now is it's recaptured a lot of the people that maybe thought they wouldn't come back to Logansport or couldn't come back because there wasn't anything here, and people see the potential in a lot of these folks that are interning. We started out with just college interns, but we expanded to high school because that conveyor from high school into jobs is a lot smoother and quicker than it used to be. And honestly, because we can't find enough labor, and we've got people right here in the backyard that want to do the jobs and want to make good money. But we've got to help them. I think we need to help our hospital. It's ridiculous to have a county hospital when county employees don't even go there to use the health services. But mental health is a huge one too. And youth right now, there's a PBS documentary coming out on the rise in youth suicide rates. And you probably have heard this, but the 988 number was most used in Indiana last year in the first year of its existence. So we have to do more to help and support young people who have a lot on their plate and really can't do enough about it. Maybe in some cases they're raising themselves, or they're trying to put themselves through college, or they're working a job or 2 jobs. Maybe they've got career plans that they can't see up. But we got to help the mental health situation for them. The college scholarship for them, I'd like to get a community service component in place like Hammond has, so that we can get people to do that. Start out a 529 plan when kids are young, like Wabash County does, and get some seed money there, and then maybe get some matching money in there from the city or utilities or the community foundation. But college is expensive. We need to offer all that we can, and I think we're doing a good job of that. But the intern program, and also our housing initiative, we need a plan for first-time home buyers and for renters. We need good quality, solid housing for people that want to live here, particularly couples that are just starting out.
Why is it important for young people to vote?
It's our voice too. It matters for us. It's our time. And I think that that's more important now than ever. It is our time. And it's time that we vote to make sure that it continues to be our time, because if we do not step in, they're going to take back what was once theirs.
Young people are the only ones that are for sure going to have to live with the decisions that are made by your elected officials. And so it's more important for them than any group to, make their voice heard and make a difference in their community.
Well, the last election, we had 23.9% turnout, which was just slightly above the state average. And it's really not emblematic of Logansport. We've been in 60, 70% range for a long time. And when people don't vote, it really favors the party that is not in power, or maybe the one that doesn't have the best message. But 4 years ago, we had an election where when we had 2 contested races, and it showed because the turnout was bad. But I think when 3/4 of the people don't vote, you get closer to something that's not a democracy than something that is. And so we've got to do our best to not only register people to vote, but to exercise that right. And one of the interesting things is I was on the board of the Cass County Literacy Volunteers. John Davis, who was head of the English department when I taught here, was on that board too. And it's great to see people learn English as a new language when they come here. And when you ask them at that banquet every year, why did you want to learn English? Well, the first thing was because I wanted to become a citizen. And the second thing is because I wanted to vote.
All right. And then just to throw in a little fun here, what is both of yours favorite movie?
Oh my gosh. I like The Rock. It's about Alcatraz and escaping with Sean Connery.
It's a good one. I'm a big Gladiator guy. Russell Crowe. Are you not entertained? Can't beat it.
Always Casablanca, because Casablanca is it's a wartime movie. It's a feel-good movie. When I would get done at the paper, I was a Saturday night editor for about 15 years, and I worked every other weekend, and I would put the paper to bed, and to kind of wind down after a long day, sometimes 12-hour days, I would pop Casablanca in and watch it at night. I used to have a white cat that would jump up on my lap and watch with me, and when the Marseillaise came on at the end, she knew it was time to jump down, the movie was over. So that's how much I watched that movie. It's a great movie, and it's about sacrifice. It's about the country and patriotism and all that kind of stuff. But what's more important, love of somebody else or love of your country, and it's love of your country at the end. And it's a great thing.
While it's too late to register to vote for this upcoming mayoral election, you could still register to vote for future local, state, and federal elections. To do this, go to indianavoters.in.gov and click the Apply Now button. Fill out your information from there.
Make sure to get out there and vote, Logansport.